welcome back. If it's your first time, my name is Talia Adiwale and this is DISBYDEM. We're going to do a review for Death's Game. I just finished the last episode. So yeah, let's talk about it. Leave a comment if you've seen the series, if you haven't, if you're going to watch it, what you thought. Hit that notification bell and let's just get into it because the series was amazing. I really don't understand how it wasn't talked about enough. I guess there's just so many great Korean drama series out there right now, and so maybe things get overlooked, but this was such a great series and I feel like they should have been singing it from the rooftops of every single building because it was so good. So the series follows EJ, who isn't really having the best of luck right now. He can't get a job to save his life. He can't keep his girlfriend. He actually breaks up with his girlfriend. We find out it's a misunderstanding later on, but it is what it is. Fed up with all the misfortune, he decides to take his life. In doing that, he angers Death, who, wanting to teach him a lesson, puts him through 12 reincarnations. Boy, oh boy, does Death have a sense of humor. It was Fan-Freaking-Tastic. Now, for this review, I'm not going to be going into it. Stay tuned for episode 1 reaction at the end of the review. If you like that and if you care, all the other episodes will be on Patreon. They should be on there by the time this review hits YouTube. So be sure to check it out. The link is going to be in the description, or you can click the link above. Or here. I'm not really sure which way it's going to be. But what I'm going to be doing in this review is obviously gushing about the series, but I'm going to be ranking the personas. So his 12 reincarnations, I'm going to be ranking them, and we'll talk about them a little bit, not too much, but it's mostly going to be the ranking. So let's get into it. So coming in hot as number 12, it will not be who you think it is. I'm pretty sure a lot of you think that the baby was number 12, but the baby had more purpose than this person, who is number 12. I guess number 11, because we're going to do a golden mention just because. So coming in at number 11 is the office worker. The guy who started the whole thing, and if you watched it, you know that had EJ made a different decision, he could have changed his past, thereby changing his future. The office worker could have easily gone to, commit suicide somewhere else, not affecting EJ and the interview and that whole process. And then you think back and you realize that that whole scenario created the chain of events that led to everything that happened. Oh, that blew my mind. Look, it's going to take me a few months to unravel the chaos and the beauty and the absolute perfection that was the storyline and the plot for this series. I'm going to be unraveling this for a long time. But yeah, in number 11 is the office worker. Number 10 will be the homeless man, who we didn't even get to see his backstory. Let's be honest, guy's death was like in and out. Didn't really add to the story in any way and died before we could even tell, what was happening. Number 9 is the baby. The baby, honestly, that was a hard one for me. When he came back as a baby and it clicked that the baby was going to die. And then you realized why the baby was going to die. And then you see how the baby dies. It's just, no. It was messed up. Number 8 was... Who's number 8 now? Park Jin-tae, so the rich guy's brother, the main bad guy's brother. And he comes in at number 8 because he could have done much. But honestly, we didn't even get to see him do anything. He could not, there was no way he was going to survive that plane. No way. So we knew that he was not going to add anything. Had EJ lived on as Park Jin-tae, he would have had a great life. He is smart. He would have had money. He would have had connections. He would have done great. But that was where it ended. And his death, oh my God, the sizzle effect. Woof. Number 7 is Jung Ju Chol, who was the painter / serial killer. This guy was messed up. I just don't understand. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into it. He was number 7. Now, I put him as number 7 because he could handle himself. Yes, he was a serial killer, and the way he created his paintings was really messed up. But he could handle himself because even when he was retrieving his materials in the beginning of the episode, he did take on 2 people and he decked them. He beat them up real easily. So if it came to a one-on-one combat, like with EJ being in his body and changing obviously what he did, couldn't really change his past, right? If anything came at him, he could have handled himself. So number 6, we're gonna move on. Song Jae-sup, who was the jumper. Oh god. The diver, the what is his thing? I call him a jumper because he jumped out of a plane without a parachute. He was a extreme sports. He was into extreme sports. Skydiving, thank you. I don't know why my brain is shutting down on me right now. Yes, he was a skydiver. I should not have laughed, but that episode, the end of that episode, I was dying. I was laughing. Even when I turned off the camera, I was still laughing. I would think about it and I will chortle. Like, I will just keep chuckling to myself. It was so funny because in my head, I was like, what exactly was the end game here? Even if he had landed on the net, even if the net had caught him, let's be honest, he would have just sliced through. It would have been chunks of him. So I didn't really understand the game plan, but it was hilarious. And he is also the main guy in Perfect Marriage Revenge, so loved him. As soon as I realized that, it made me laugh all over again in Perfect Marriage Revenge because I just kept seeing him falling. It was perfect. Number 5 was Jang Jun-woo, the model. Now, his story was pretty laid back. Like, with him, we got to see a lot more of Jisoo, the girlfriend. So, I really liked that. But other than that, his story was pretty laid back. Like, it was very calm. It was halfway through the entire series. And after that is where things kind of pick up because they kind of make all the connections. So, his story was pretty calm. But I like him from the glory. So, he definitely got a high ranking for me because I like the actor himself, and I like that we got to see Jisoo's storyline with that persona. Number 4 coming in hot is Kwon Hyuk So, who was the student. And again, with every persona, you kind of like fall in love or not, but if you fall in love with them and then it clicks that they're going to die regardless, and then you're like, why? Why? I like the student. I really liked him, and he had his whole life ahead of him, and it just got taken away for stupid reasons too. Like, it was just so messed up. I really did enjoy his story. I did. I enjoyed his story, but I just get sad at the end of it. Number 3, Lee Jun-hyun, who was the assassin. His episode, I think, was episode 2. It was action-packed. It was not like the action sequences, the choreography, the stunts. I was not expecting it, so it was so good. They did such an amazing job, and I loved it so much. I loved it. And with the assassin, we got to see fight scenes. We got to see motorcycle stunts, car stunts, bridge stunts. Like, it was just a lot of action in that. And at this point, I was like hoping that, with each persona, maybe he keeps something, their skills. Obviously, he keeps their memories, but I was hoping that he could also keep their skills. And yes, he does, which was so exciting for the series. I think it was about episode 8 that he put everything together and he used it so well and so seamlessly. Loved it. The assassin was one of my favorites, and his death was freaking hilarious. As soon as he got down, I was like, he gonna die. And true to form, had survived everything. The car chases, the shooting, the truck explosion. Like, he had survived so much, and then to die the way he did, chef's kiss. Loved it. Number 2, we have An Ji-hyung, who was the detective. And I put him as number 2 because he did have, like, his persona was very pivotal. I think it was kind of like a shift for GA, and I liked the detective. I liked when he was a wimp, and I liked the switch, and I liked the way that he used, the whole policeman thing to right the wrongs. I just really like that persona. Again, try not to fall in love because these people will die, people. So if you haven't seen it and you're going to watch it, go in knowing that they're all dying. It's like, I might be spoiling it a little bit, but that's what it is. If they tell you they're giving you 12 personas, something must have happened to each persona, so So I would say it's a Game of Thrones style. Don't fall in love with anybody, because keep it in the back of your mind that they will still die. The detective was cool. And his death was actually really impactful, even though it was made a mockery of in the end. But there is a lesson. And throughout the whole thing, I was like, what is the lesson? What is he supposed to learn? He can't beat death. So what exactly is he supposed to be learning with this? That was all I kept saying throughout the entire series. It's like, why are you not learning anything? Because GA was not learning anything. And then episode, I think 8 came along and I was like, oh, maybe he was learning something throughout the entire series. If you're dying with each persona, I mean, pick up something, right? That's all I was trying to get across to GA while watching it. Detective was cool, loved him. And number 1, if you know, you know, is Cho Tae-sang. Apparently the actor is absolutely amazing. I don't really know a lot of these actors. I've seen them here and there, so but that's it. I'm really expanding my K-drama repertoire, which I'm loving. But he, the prisoner, oh, he was my favorite. I loved his revenge. I loved his persona. I loved that he could fight. I loved the stunts. I just loved everything about him. And he was also smart. So when the time came for him to die, I was pissed off. I knew, don't get me wrong, I knew that he would die, but I was pissed off. I was so angry. So when time came and he was able to get revenge on the person that killed the prisoner, loved it. It was beautiful and I was there for it. He was definitely my favorite, 100% my favorite persona. Now obviously it's only 11 that I've counted because the last persona was the Golden Mention, and that was, should I spoil it? Should I spoil it? No, I won't. In case you haven't seen it, the last persona is the Golden Mention, and it's the one that ties everything together. And if you watch the series, if you start watching it, I feel like you can deduce who the last persona is going to be, because I was calling it. I was like, there's no way. It has something to do with this person. There's no way. So I'm not going to spoil it. And the last persona is a Golden Mention. It was such a hard thing to have to live through, you know, their memories, their pain, their suffering, and man, Death hit a home run with that persona. Death really did hit a home run. I'm not going to spoil it. I just decided here and there not to spoil it because that is the last episode and it does tie everything together. Now, at the end of the episodes, I did wish that we had seen what happened afterwards, you know, because throughout the whole thing I was like, there's no way he can't beat Death, you know. The end comes around and they kind of just freeze frame at a certain point. I'm really trying not to spoil anything right now. They freeze frame at a certain point, and that's kind of where they ended it. And I was like, come on, just wrap it up with a nice bow for us. Show us what happened in the end. Show us, like, if, you know, things changed. Show us something. But they didn't. They did it. And you know what? It's fine. It does add to the mystery. It adds to the perfection. It adds to the flow of the series. I think they did a fantastic job, and I'm so happy that I finished this. But yeah, that's why I'm going to round the review up. I can't rave enough about this series. I got my brother to watch it. He finished it in 2 days. My cousin watched it, finished it in 2 days. I've been begging my husband to watch it, but I think the translation thing, he doesn't want to read subtitles. I don't know. But I know he's going to love it. So if you haven't seen it, 100% recommend this series. It is streaming on Prime. All 8 episodes are there, and if you want to watch it with me, be sure to check out Patreon because all 8 episodes are also there. But I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Stay tuned for the reaction of episode 1, and yeah, make sure you subscribe, hit that subscription bell, hit that subscription button. Why can't I speak? Hit that subscription button, like the video, leave a comment, recommend some other shows which are close to this, because I love this. I love the romance, I love love, I love action, I love comedy, I love it all. But this was really good. So if you have any recommendations that are close to this, sets, you know, within the last year or this current year, definitely please recommend that in the comment section, and hit that notification bell so you know when I post new videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
내가 무슨 죄를 지었다고 그거 생각하는 거야?
Hell.
잠깐만.
Oh.
고맙다. 지수야.
도착했어?
아직 거의 다 왔어. 인생으로 시작하게 되었고 전 세계에 불어닥친 코로나로 인해 취업의 장벽은
Hey!
자신은 헝그리 정신과 근성이 있다는 걸 말하고 싶었던 거 아닌가요?
고마워. 조심히 가.
그만 헤어져 줄까?
뭐?
네가 괜히 나 같은 놈 옆에서 시간 낭비하는 거 미안하기도 하고.
What a depressing first episode. Oh, fucking hell. I mean, honestly, I didn't really see anything else that he would do. It was too much.
저건 왜 이랬나?
Who are you?
죽음은 그저 내 고통을 끝내줄 하찮은 도구일 뿐이다.
Oh, it's kind of like Guwon's eyes. Juwon? No. Guwon. Why have I forgotten his name? My demon, anyways.
죽어서 지옥으로 가던 너를 내가 데리고 왔어.
Oh, this is the
넌
in-between.
나에게 벌을 받아야 되거든.
Oh, so the guy from Love to Hate You is the
내
first one?
형이었다. 나는 알고 있었다. 내 인생에선 이왕 지사 이렇게 된 거 살자. 내가 언제 또 이런 인생을 살아보겠어.
I that made sure that he. Oh. Yeah, but what's the point of the lesson if he ends up in hell?
네가 살아남는
Right?
엔딩도 분명히 가능해.
정말이죠.
Oh no, he didn't.
어린 시절부터 익사이팅 스포츠를
Yeah.
좋아하던 나는 항상 위험에 도전하는 인생을 살았다. 그로 인해 내가 가진 기네스북 기록만
I like these bios that they're doing of the lives.
낙하산 없이
It's so awesome.
가보자!
You're not Superman. You can't just fall from 10,000 feet in the. Is that too high? And expect the net to just be a soft landing. Am I crazy? It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. Oh my god. I can't stop laughing. My god, it's so horrible. Jeez Lord. Okay. Okay, I need to stop. My head hurts. What did he? There is no way that the net would have caught him. I don't think. There's no way. The impact would have sliced him regardless. But the fact that he just went straight head first into the ground. Oh my god.